Hello everyone, my name is James and welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton and who is now the overall favourite for the F1 2021 title. Now if you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. So first of all, let's take a look as to how things stand in the championship. Now, right now, Verstappen leads Hamilton by 8 points with 2 races left. Now, let's say they finish 1 and 2 in the remaining races of this season. If Verstappen were to win both races, he will be world champion. If Hamilton were to win both races, he'll be world champion. But if Verstappen were to win one and Hamilton were to win one, Verstappen would win the championship. Now, I know there are plenty of other ways that Verstappen or Hamilton could wrap up the championship, and even going into the upcoming race in Saudi Arabia, Verstappen could find himself being the new world champion. But I think in normal circumstances, we would see Verstappen and Hamilton finish 1 and 2. But who is now the overall favourite for the title with 2 races left? Well, in my opinion, I actually think it's Hamilton. Now, I know he's behind in the championship with 2 races to go, but this is why I think he's the overall favourite. For starters, look at the circuits coming up. They're in Jeddah and in Abu Dhabi, and both those circuits I think are going to suit Mercedes more than it's going to suit Red Bull. I mean, if you look at the upcoming Grand Prix in Jeddah, the circuit is pretty much full of straights and high-speed corners. There aren't many low to medium speed corners at all. Pretty much throughout the lap, you're either full throttle or just lifting off the throttle a bit for the high speed corners or just braking a bit. So it's really high speed there, and we know Mercedes are good at high speed circuits. I mean, Qatar, for example, there were a lot of high speed corners like in Jeddah, and Mercedes was so much quicker than Red Bull. Verstappen just couldn't keep up with Hamilton's pace. And if you look at Abu Dhabi, you could say it would be close between Mercedes and Red Bull because it's a mixed track, really. There are lots of high-speed corners, medium-speed corners, and low-speed corners as well. But what's not going to help Red Bull is the fact that the track has been changed this year. In Sectors 1 and Sectors 2, some of the low to medium speed corners have been taken out and they've been replaced with longer straights. And I think this is just going to benefit Mercedes because it gives them more of an opportunity to gain more time down the straights, whereas before Red Bull may have been able to claw back some time through the corners. And what you've also got to remember is that Hamilton has a nice fresh engine at his disposal. Verstappen doesn't have that. He last took a power unit penalty at the Russian Grand Prix, and that was a long time ago now. Hamilton took his most recent penalty in Brazil. Now, the initial freshness of that engine will have worn off, but we saw in Brazil how much performance it gave him, and I'm sure it will give him some really good performance when he puts it back in the car. And I think he'll put it back in the car for Saudi Arabia, where at that circuit, as I said earlier, it's very high speed and you're going to want to have as much power as possible. And when you put a fresher Mercedes engine against a bit more of a worn out Honda engine, you place your bets on the Mercedes winning that battle. But it's not all doom and gloom for Verstappen and Red Bull, and I still do think they have a good chance of winning the championship this year. I think one thing really going for them is the fact that they are leading the championship. Verstappen leads Hamilton by 8 points, as I said earlier, and with 2 races to go, it's always an advantage being ahead. For Hamilton, even though I think he does have the advantage, if he slips up in Jeddah or Abu Dhabi and doesn't put in a great performance, that could be his world title hopes going. He needs to be perfect to ensure he finishes ahead of Verstappen. And that does add pressure to your driving. Now, I know Hamilton does look relaxed, and it's not often we see Hamilton make a mistake, but you never know with there just being 2 races left and with knowing that you have to catch up to Verstappen, it could always lead to a mistake. So that may be one reason why Verstappen could have an advantage over Hamilton. And Verstappen also does have his teammate Sergio Perez, who has been in fine form recently. He's got a few podiums, and we saw him get his elbows out against Lewis Hamilton at the Turkish Grand Prix. So I think if it came to it, Perez would defend very hard against Hamilton. So Verstappen knows he's got a good backup there. But as I said earlier, I think the favourite for the title now is Lewis Hamilton. I think the momentum is with him. His driving has been really good in the past few races, And going into the next two Grand Prix, where the tracks, in my opinion, do suit Mercedes, I think Hamilton will be able to carry that momentum, and I think things are looking really positive for him. But as I said as well, I do think Verstappen has a good chance still of winning the championship. But guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care. Bye.